like subscribe and press the bell icon. Your support means the world to me. Waqar Younis, the toe-crushing sultan of reverse swing, a complete biography. The whistle of death. In the pantheon of cricket's greatest fast bowlers, few inspire the mixture of awe and fear that Waqar Younis does. His was not a name whispered, but one that was announced by a sound, the unmistakable, piercing whistle of a cricket. Ball rocketing towards the batsman's toes at searing pace. He wasn't just a bowler. He was an executioner of stumps and a destroyer of toes. Alongside Wasim Akram, he formed the most potent, terrifying, and celebrated fast bowling partnership of the modern era, the two Ws. Waqar's career was a spectacular narrative of raw, unadulterated pace, revolutionary skill, heartbreaking injuries, triumphant comebacks, and an enduring legacy that forever changed the art of fast bowling. This biography delves deep into the life and career of the man from Vehari, exploring the genesis of his talent, the peak of his destructive powers, the challenges that beset him, and his contributions to the game long after he hung up his boots. Roots in the Dust Bowls of Vehari. Waqar Younis was born on November 16, 1971, in Vehari, a small dusty city in the Punjab province, far from the cricketing hubs of Karachi and Lahore. His childhood was not one of privilege or structured coaching academies. It was on the barren, uneven pitches of his hometown that the first embers of his talent were lit. Like many Pakistani boys, his first love was tape ball cricket, a format that demands natural pace and a fierce competitive spirit. These informal games were his first classroom, where he learned to bowl fast, straight, and with an aggressive intent that would become his trademark. The move to Sharjah and a fateful discovery. A significant turn in his life came when his family moved to Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates. The better facilities and exposure to a more competitive environment allowed his talent to flourish. It was here that he was spotted by former Pakistan batsman and selector Mohsin Khan. The story goes that Mohsin saw a young Waqar bowling in the nets, his raw pace and prodigious swing immediately marking him as something special. Mohsin didn't just see a club bowler, he saw a future star for Pakistan. He became a crucial mentor, guiding Waqar and convincing him to pursue a serious career in cricket. The call to arms, first-class debut. Under Mohsin's guidance, Waqar's progression was rapid. He made his first-class debut for Karachi, Whites, in the 1988-89 season. While raw, his performances were eye-catching. He wasn't just taking wickets. He was blowing away established batsmen with sheer pace and a late, vicious swing. The domestic circuit was abuzz with talk of this lightning-quick and youngster from Vehari. The whispers reached the national selectors, and it wasn't long before the call from the Pakistan Cricket Board came. The prodigy was about to be unleashed on the world stage. International debut, a glimpse of the future. Waqar Younis made his test debut against India in Karachi in November 1989. It was a tough initiation, against a strong batting lineup featuring the likes of Sachin Tendulkar, Navjot Singh Sidhu, and Mohammad Azharuddin. He didn't set the world on fire immediately, but flashes of his blistering pace and aggressive bowling were enough to suggest a bright future. His one-day international ODI debut came shortly after, and it was in the shorter format that his wicket-taking prowess began to shine through. While the 1992 World Cup victory was a seminal moment for Pakistani cricket. Spearheaded by Imran Khan and Wasim Akram, Waqar missed the tournament due to a stress fracture in his back, an injury that would become a recurring nightmare. However, he returned with a vengeance later that year on Pakistan's tour of England. This series was his true arrival party. On English pitches that offered bounce and movement, Waqar was simply unplayable. He terrorized the English batsmen, bowling at express pace and mastering the art of reverse swing with a skill that seemed supernatural. He took 21 wickets in 4 tests at a staggering average of 70-38, announcing himself as the most exciting fast bowler in the world, mastering the dark arts, the pioneer of reverse swing. While reverse swing existed before him, Waqar Younis, along with Wasim Akram, perfected it and used it as a primary weapon. He revolutionized how the old ball was bowled. Batsmen accustomed to seeing off the new ball's threat found themselves facing an even greater danger after the 40-over mark. Waqar's method was brutal in its simplicity. Bowl fast, bowl full, and swing the ball late at the batsman's toes. His trademark delivery, the fast, in-swinging Yorker, became cricket's most feared ball. The sound of leather shattering timber became the soundtrack to his career. A partnership forged in fire. The partnership between Wasim Akram and Waqar Younis is the stuff of legend. They were a perfect storm of left arm and right arm, conventional swing and reverse swing, guile and fury. Wasim was the magician, with a wider array of tricks and variations. Waqar was the assassin, all pace, aggression, and lethal precision. Together, they created a pressure cooker environment for batsmen. There was no respite. Seeing off Wasim meant you had to face Waqar, and vice versa. They hunted in pairs, and their combined ability to run through batting lineups, especially with the old ball, changed ODI cricket forever. Dominance and decimation. Throughout the early and mid-1990s, The two Ws were the cornerstone of Pakistan's bowling attack. They were the main reason Pakistan was such a feared opponent, especially in one-day cricket. Their combined ability to take wickets in clusters meant no total was safe. Waqar's statistics during this period were phenomenal. He became the youngest bowler to reach 100, 250, and 300 ODI wickets, records that stood for years. His strike rate, number of balls bowled per wicket taken, in both tests and ODIs was among the best ever, a testament to his wicket-taking obsession. The 1996 World Cup, a partnership at its peak. The 1996 World Cup, held in the Indian subcontinent, was supposed to be the crowning glory for the two Ws. On batting-friendly pitches, their mastery of reverse swing was expected to be the difference. Pakistan started as one of the favorites, and Waqar was in devastating form. However, the campaign ended in heartbreak, with a shock quarter-final defeat to eventual champion Sri Lanka. Despite the team's failure, Waqar's individual performances were spectacular, further cementing his status as a world beater. The burden of leadership. In 2001, following a period of instability, Waqar Younis was appointed captain of the Pakistan cricket team. It was a role he cherished, but one that came with immense pressure. Leading a team of strong, often conflicting, personalities in Pakistani cricket is one of the most challenging jobs in sports. While he led the team to some memorable victories, including a famous series win against Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka, his tenure was also marked by inconsistency and internal strife. The weight of captaincy, some argued, took a slight edge off his own bowling, as he had to manage fields, strategies, and player egos. The inevitable decline of the body, the constant strain of bowling at express pace for over a decade, had taken a severe toll on Waqar's body. The back stress fractures that had plagued him since the start of his career became more frequent and debilitating. The pace, his most fearsome weapon, began to drop. While his skill and brain were as sharp as ever, the body could no longer keep up with the demands of international cricket. He struggled with fitness, and younger, faster bowlers began to emerge. The final blow, retirement from international cricket. The 2003 World Cup in South Africa proved to be his international swan song. It was a disastrous campaign for Pakistan, failing to progress past the group stage. The team was criticized for being old and slow. Waqar, clearly past his prime, was a shadow of his former self. Shortly after the tournament, in April 2003, after a career spanning 87 tests and 262 ODIs, Waqar Younis announced his retirement from international cricket. He finished with 3 test wickets and a then-world record 416 ODI wickets, a colossal achievement for a fast bowler. The coaching chapter. Waqar's passion for the game ensured he was never far from the dressing room. He transitioned into coaching, taking up roles with the Pakistan national team on 2 separate occasions. His first stint as bowling coach, 2006-2007, was followed by a more significant tenure as head coach from 2010-2011. He later returned as head coach again from 2014 to 2016. His coaching style was direct and based on the principles of pace and aggression he embodied as a player. While his tenures had mixed results and were sometimes mired in PCB politics, his insights were invaluable in nurturing the next generation of Pakistani. Pacers like Mohammad Amir and Wahab Riaz, the voice in the commentary box. Post-retirement, Waqar also found a successful second career as a television commentator. His deep, calm voice and expert analysis, particularly on fast bowling, made him a respected figure in the broadcast world. He provided viewers with a unique glimpse into the mind of a fast bowler, explaining the intricacies of swing, seam, and strategy with clarity and authority. The undying legacy of the Burrawala Express. Waqar Younis's legacy is multifaceted and profound. 1. Revolutionizing fast bowling, he, along with Wasim, demystified and weaponized reverse swing, changing bowling strategies forever. 2. The art of the Yorkers. He is the undisputed king of the Yorker. No bowler in history has bowled as many devastating, toe-crushing Yorkers as consistently and at such high speed. 3. The aggressive mindset. He played the game with a fierce, competitive fire that inspired his teammates and intimidated opponents. 4. Inspiration. Every young fast bowler in Pakistan and around the world grew up trying to emulate the whipping action and lethal Yorkers of Waqar Younis. He remains the gold standard for aggressive, wicket-taking fast bowling. The Sultan's lasting imprint. Waqar Younis's career was a spectacular blaze of speed, skill, and shattered stumps. He was a force of nature whose prime was, unfortunately, cut short by injury, leaving fans to wonder what more he could have achieved. Yet, what he did achieve was extraordinary. He gave cricket some of its most iconic moments, formed half of its greatest bowling partnership, and left behind a blueprint for fast bowling that is still studied and admired. He was more than a cricketer. He was an artist, whose canvas was the 22-yard pitch and whose brush was a 5.5-ounce red cricket ball. The whistle of that ball may have faded, but its echo will forever resonate in the halls of cricketing greatness. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. Your support means the world to me.